All right. Hope y'all are doing
Hey,
fantastic. This ad pops up. ESPN, our favorite news site of all time, especially for baseball, I feel. Um, but no, in all seriousness, ESPN, I think is a very good article by the ESPN staff. This is from them. Uh, a dozen of 162 games have been played. We asked our MLB experts to go all in on one thing they've noticed so far with their boldest prediction based on the small sample. They were allowed to pick anything they wanted with two ground rules. It had to be bold and it had to be something they actually believe can happen. So, and it's interesting. They structure this article going from mild to really, really spicy. So, what Vlad and I are going to do is we're going to rate these hot takes and then we're going to give a similar hot take of our own. Let us know if you agree, disagree. So, we got April at Comerica Park in Detroit. Vlad, you've been to Comerica Park before. Have you ever been there when it's really cold outside?
Well, actually, yeah, not really cold, like chilly.
Okay.
It wasn't really cold.
I was
I've
just
been
curious
there,
because
yeah, I've been there in like early May and
yeah,
September.
because this is the time of year where like you see like players wearing like really heavy like winter gear and stuff
Yeah.
like that. So this person, Kylie McDaniel, writes collection of predictions and expect 3 of the 4 to hit. Okay. Christopher Sanchez finishes top 3 in NL Cy Young voting. Spencer Schwellenbach posts at least 4 WAR and gets NL Cy Young votes. Jack Leiter finishes top 5 in American League Rookie of the Year voting. And Tyler Soderstrom posts at least 2.5 WAR after entering this year with a minus 0.7 career WAR. What do you think of this? What do you think of this prediction? Do you think it's hot, cold? Do you think it can happen?
I don't think it's like that hot of a take for most of them, at least. This is kind of crazy, but Tyler Soderstrom has already posted 0.9 WAR, so I don't think he's going to have a problem getting it.
Yeah.
He's been hitting the crap out of the ball, and obviously he'll like have days and weeks where he's not hitting the ball so well. But like, I think he'll get 4, to be honest.
Yeah.
And then I think the Sanchez take is a little hot. Nothing against Sanchez. There's so many good arms in the National League. So I'm not going to buy that. I'll take it a step further for Schwellenbach. I'll say that Schwellenbach wins it.
Wow.
Not like a pick, but I feel like that's something that actually could happen.
See, that's more of a hot take than I think that Kylie did. So I think that this is a little lukewarm of a take because kind of like this kind of contrarian take says you should like it's basically saying that picking 4 players and you just need 3 of 4 to hit. I think that's kind of warm. I don't know. But if there's one player that's not on this list, do you think that is going to have a breakout year? Who are you taking?
I'll say that this is like outrageous, but I'll say that like Ryan Zephyr-John, Angels reliever, gets like top 3 in AL Rookie of the Year.
Wow.
He's disgusting. I just don't know if like he'll get recognized enough because he's a reliever and he's not a closer. But
yeah. Man, that is very, very interesting. Ryan Zephyr-John. I think that's more hot than my take. I don't know. My take is interesting because when we saw him last year, when we played them, didn't really look that great. But I think that Ben Rice will become an all-star.
Yeah, I like
That's
that.
my prediction.
I agree with that.
Mainly just because he plays for the Yankees, and it seems as if the Yankees always hit on guys. I don't know what it is, but he's been hitting well, and I expect him to kind of keep it up. Um, Plus, he's wearing Juan Soto's number, which I think is kind of savage.
Yeah.
But yeah, how about this one? Jorge Castillo writes, Pete Alonso is going to set a career high with 135 RBIs. Basically, he's saying he's playing like someone with millions of dollars on the line next winter. It's true. He's got protection in his lineup. So he's thinking a career high 135 RBIs. What do you think? Do you think this one is a hot take? Do you think it's going to happen? What do you think?
I don't really like looking at like RBIs to like judge,
I agree.
I guess. But like I definitely think you can if that's what we're going on. Like
Yeah.
he's been probably their best hitter, I would say, so far to start the year, and he has hit the ball really well. And I guess the good thing going for him is he's hitting behind Lindor and Soto. So that's RBI opportunities all the time. So yeah, I would say that he can, and it's possible. I just think it's kind of like a weird way to judge a hitter, I guess.
It is a really weird way to judge a hitter. I agree.
It's a new school mindset.
I'm not a big fan, but since we are talking RBIs, I'm going to set the hot take for us. So Aaron Judge led the league with 144 RBIs last year. Obviously, he had a career year, and Ohtani was second with 130. This person is predicting 135. Do you think there's anyone who beats 135 or 130 or 144? Like, who do you think will lead? Who do you think will? Like, the first question is, do you think Judge's record last year of 144 will be broken this year? And B, who do you think it'll be by?
I'll say himself, and yes.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think if there's like anyone else that could get near that. It's tough for Ohtani because he's leading off.
Yeah.
And I know that's like only technically the first time around the lineup, but I guess Alonso is like a heavy favorite based off where he hits in his lineup and who's in front of him. I'm trying to think if there's anyone else that's like really. I mean, maybe like Ketel Marte. I don't know where he hits in the Diamondbacks lineup.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm just looking at the stat leaders, and I agree. I think it'll be Judge. I think he'll break his own record. Right now, he's on pace to hit 270 RBIs, which likely won't happen, but I'll give it to Judge. I feel as if you're going to have a hot take about an RBI stat, I think it should be Aaron Judge.
Yeah.
Now we're moving on to a little bit spicier ones. May at T-Mobile Park in Seattle. The Mariners will finish the season right where they are now, in last place. So I guess the hottest take here is having the A's and the Angels beat out the Mariners.
Yeah.
Do you agree with this? What are your thoughts?
I don't think so. Like the A's and the Angels have been off to good starts. I think it's more possible that like one of them beats them out. But I don't know. Like the Mariners pitching is really good. I know they've been struggling so far, but I feel like that's going to carry them to like some wins. And I don't know. Like the Angels just have some like random guys winning them games right now. Like I think Kyron Paris is actually good, but like Tim Anderson is not going to. Like he's been playing decent. I know it hasn't hit that great, but he's been playing good at shortstop, or I think so, shorter second. So I just don't think they can like sustain it for a full year. The A's like might have a chance because they're in that ballpark, and honestly, their lineup is not that bad. bad. So.
Yeah, I really like watching the A's play.
Yeah, I guess to like adjust it, I'll say that like one of them beat out the Mariners. So like the Mariners finish in 4th.
Sure. I think the Mariners won't finish in 1st or 2nd. I agree. They're not great. But I don't have them finishing in last. I feel as if I think it's a decent hot take by Jesse Rogers here. But I do think that I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel as if a good pitching staff gives you more of a high floor than a high ceiling. I don't know, because it's just consistency. Obviously, if the bats turn on, then you can take it to a new level. But I think their pitching, although it hasn't been great, like guys like Brian Wu, Logan Gilbert, like Bryce Miller, those guys will start to, as injuries happen and, people have Tommy John and stuff like that, like I think their pitching will keep them kind of in the race for a little bit. But I agree, their lineup does not look good right now.
No.
So how about this? We'll do a hot take here. Fading a team. Which team are you fading to come in either last place or how about this? A team that's close to last place right now that you think will finish in last place? Or good right now, do you think it's going to come in last? Like, who's going to really fall off the face of the earth?
Let's see. I would say the Marlins probably.
Okay, Marlins.
They've like won a couple. They're 500 right now.
Yeah.
And the first 3 wins were like all walk-offs. So I'll say them and then like the Blue Jays as well. So like one AL, one NL team. I don't think the Blue Jays are like horrible, but I don't know. Like I think the Orioles are still better. The Yankees are still better, and the Red Sox are way better. So, and then the Rays are a question mark, but yeah, Jays and Marlins.
Interesting. I'm gonna be a little hotter here, and I'm gonna go Braves. I think the Braves have a chance to finish in last place. Just the start they've been off to. It's like an overreaction Monday, I know. But my overreaction is that the Braves just don't really look that good to me. I'm not sure when Acuna's coming back. Do you know?
I think it's in like the next month or so.
Okay, well that might not be great, but I don't know. It's just something about like the Braves team as a whole that I'm not really. I don't know. I guess I'm not really buying. I guess I don't know. Maybe I'm rethinking it because Spencer Strider's coming back too, right?
Yeah.
So maybe not the Braves. I don't know. It's tough. I'll just stick with my Braves pick. I don't know. Just the vibes aren't there right now, and I feel as if the Marlins are playing good baseball right now, and I don't know, could maybe get to 4th place. But who knows? Mike Trout will win his first Gold Glove as a right fielder. Interesting. So they moved Mike Trout to right field, and they think he's going to win a Gold Glove. How do you think this take is? My first thought is I don't think this is a hot take really at all. I don't know.
I don't think it's like hot, but at the same time, like Wilyer Abreu is also in the American League and plays right field. So I think him alone, like if Abreu's healthy the entire year, I think he like runs away with it.
I get that.
Yeah, it's not really like a knock against Trout. It's just there's like a couple of dudes that are legit out there.
Yeah. How about this? How about which player do you think is going to win their first Gold Glove that might not be expected to win a Gold Glove?
That's a good question.
It is a very interesting one.
Oh gosh. I'll say like Pete Crow Armstrong in center field. I know that's
I was
kind of
gonna,
like a cheap
yeah,
because he's like it's his first full year or something like that, but I feel like he's an easy pick to win.
I agree. I think he's easy as well. It's tough. I'm gonna go with. Has Ellie committed an error this year?
Yeah, he had one today,
Oh, he
unfortunately.
had one today. Okay. Well, I'll go him. I just feel as if he's just been getting better and better. He looks more comfortable at shortstop.
Yeah.
So I'll take him. Fernando Tatis is going to finish top 3 in the NL MVP race. Buster Olney says Tatis top 3. What do you think?
Well, he just got hurt, so that's not a good place to start.
Oh yeah, that's
But
true.
I don't know how serious it is either. But I don't know. I feel like Otani's a lock to be in the top 3, and then like one of Soto or Lindor probably is 2. And then you got guys like Ellie, Churio, even like Jackson Merrill might
Yeah.
finish higher. Trying to think who else. Like Harper, maybe. I don't know. There's just so many other candidates. I'm gonna say no. Like if you want me to give a prediction for top 3, I'll say Otani, Soto, Churio.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah, I mean, we'll see. Good luck to Tatis. I hope the injury is not bad. I would have probably agreed with this take, to be honest. I'm really a big Fernando Tatis Jr. guy. I don't know, just watching him, he looks solid at the plate. But top 3, who's an outsider? Do you? I guess Churio was your answer. An outsider do you think has a chance to be top
I can
3?
give you like a darker horse one if you
Sure,
want.
give me a darker horse.
It's kind of recency bias because he hit 2 home runs yesterday, but James Wood. I just
Interesting.
don't know. Like, I think he'll definitely get votes. It's just going to be tough for him to win because the Nationals aren't that good.
I agree. That's a good point. I'll give you a little bit more of a recency bias one. I believed in this guy coming into the season. Believed in him last year, and he just keeps making me a believer. I think Jung-Hoo Lee has a chance to maybe hop in
Yes.
there. He's very hot right now, so it is a little recency bias. I don't know. When I watch Jung-Hoo Lee play baseball, he just looks good out there.
Yeah.
I think he was kind of crushing our pitching yesterday and today, putting together some good at bats, and we'll see. I just think he's very talented. Another guy who I think I was high on coming into the year. I'm not sure if he'll keep it up, but a top 3 dark horse, like a really dark horse. I'm saying, I don't know. I predicted Brendan Donovan was the best player on the Cardinals, and he's a guy who I know he's not going to hit for a ton of power, which will probably limit his upside. But I think he's a star, honestly. I don't know. People, especially on the red side, might disagree with that, but I feel as if whenever I watch Brendan Donovan, and even this year, he's hitting 375 with almost 1,000 OPS. Not really hitting any home runs, but he's just a guy who knows how to put the bat on the ball and hit the ball pretty hard. So those are 2 takes that I think are a little hotter, or 3 takes that are hotter than Tatis. So now we're going into June. Aaron Judge will post a 500 on base percentage for the season. What do you think?
I think it's plausible. Like, I don't think it's out of the picture. And I think the main reason is because, like, he's going to get walked so much.
Yeah.
I guess the only thing that would, like, take it down is if he has, like, a 2-week spell where he just, like, strikes out. So I don't know. I think it's, like, not out of the picture, though. And if there's anyone that can do it, it's probably him.
Yeah. I don't know. I'd have to go back and like look at some statistics from the 2004 Barry Bonds season where he did it. I didn't really watch Barry Bonds play. Not sure how much film you watch of Barry Bonds, but is Judge kind of like our modern day Barry Bonds, do you think?
Yeah, for sure, I would say. It's just kind of to the point where like he's a threat to hit a home run off anyone at any time, and you're just.
I agree. Any other? I guess he's kind of the. I was going to ask any other guys you think could come close to the 500 OBP mark, but there really isn't.
Yeah, I can't imagine like, and it's not going to be this year, but like if Stephen Kwan had some like ridiculous like doesn't strike out, hits 370, like maybe.
Yeah. How about this? Luis Ariz will be the first player in more than 3 decades with at least 600 plate appearances and fewer than 20 strikeouts from Jeff Passan.
No.
The last player to do it was Ozzie Smith and then Bill Buckner and Rich Dower.
No, not buying it. Sorry.
I'm not buying it either, Jeff. I'm sorry, man. Yeah, I'm not buying it either. Do you think that if it will happen, so let's say we're told it will happen, like the MLB gods tell us, hey, somebody's going to come to the plate 600 times and strike out less than 20. Do you think it will be Luis Ariz, or do you think it'll be another name?
I think it's one of Ariz, Kwan, maybe. I would say Jacob Wilson, but I don't think it's going to be this year.
Yeah. I can see him getting a double on.
Let's see. Has Stephen Kwan struck out this year?
Let's see. Looks like pretty much. I'm not sure if any. I'm not sure if.
Oh, yeah. He has 7 strikeouts this year.
Okay. It looks like Ariz only has 1.
Yeah. So, I mean, if probably anyone, it's him.
Yeah. I guess. I don't know. Should be interesting to see. Jacob Wilson is 2. So yeah, I guess I'm not buying it though. Good take from Jeff Passan though. We're gonna get my favorite ballpark at all time, Sutter Health Park in Sacramento. With an athletics prospect Nick Kurtz debuts in April, finishes with a top 10 OPS, wins AL Rookie of the Year. Wow, interesting. Are you high on Nick Kurtz? I'm not sure we did the A's video together. Where did we talk about him? But what are your thoughts on this? And do you think it'll happen? And if there's anybody like a Paul Skeens who comes in before like kind of mid-season-ish and ends up winning Rookie of the Year, who do you think it'll be?
Yeah, I think it's Kurtz, honestly.
Okay.
Unless like Roman Anthony comes up and lights the world on fire, which also could happen. But yeah, like I think another reason is the AL race isn't insanely strong besides like Christian Campbell and Jason Dominguez, but like Kurtz is clearly too good for AAA. He's been like completely tearing it up. And I feel like he's going to get called up in the next like week or 2, to be honest with you. And hitting in that ballpark, it could be pretty ridiculous.
I'm with you. Yeah, it looks like Kurtz is kind of the only one that's set to come up soon. Maybe a couple of other names to watch. See how you think about this. Chase Dollander.
It's possible. It's just tough because he's pitching in Colorado.
Yeah, that's true. We got Bubba Chandler.
Yeah, if it's soon. If he gets called up soon, yeah, for sure.
Samuel Basallo.
Doubt it.
Here's my hot take. I know I'm kind of the Reds fader here, but I think that Chase Burns is going to come up this year and make a very big impact on the Cincinnati Reds. I'm buying Chase Burns stock.
Yeah.
But Nick Kurtz looks like kind of the safe pick here. Do you think Kurtz wins it over Christian Campbell?
I'm just gonna say no because Campbell's already like hot in the big leagues, so it's kind of disrespectful picking against him. So yeah, I'm gonna say Campbell still, but Kurtz is the real deal.
Yeah, Kurtz is good. Good for the A's. Chris Bubich, your guy, will be a top 5 Cy Young finisher. Very interesting here from Bradford Doolittle, another great name. Chris Bubich, talk about him for a sec, and do you think this might happen?
I hope so.
Yeah, I hope so too.
I mean, the Royals did it last year. Like it says there at the bottom, like Reagan's came out of nowhere. Seth Lugo came out of nowhere last year. I want to say he was top 3. I could be wrong there. So yeah, I think it's sort of not out of the question. I'm not gonna say it's gonna happen. But the way he's starting and he's going deeper into games already, so I don't think it's the wildest thing that could happen. I will put it that way.
I don't either. I could see it, pitching for the Royals, I hope so. Indirect friend of the program, Chris Bubich. Yeah. I'm going to go with another name you might not maybe expect here. I don't know. I was watching him the other day. Shane Baz is a guy that I like to finish in the top 5 of the AL Cy Young.
Yeah, he's healthy finally.
Yeah, he's healthy and he pitches for the Rays, and he's pitching really well.
Yeah.
That's kind of my 3 main criteria that I got for him. Yeah, who else do you think could maybe are a dark horse to finish top 5 in the AL or NL Cy Young?
Let's see. AL, I will say Jose Soriano, Angels.
Okay, yes, you have been on Soriano.
Yes, and then National League. Let's see. I don't think Mackenzie Gore is hot anymore.
Yeah,
so started off so well. It's tough. I'm trying to get really spicy. Let's see. I mean, I said Schwellenbach earlier.
Yeah, I think Schwellenbach's spicy enough.
I'll say Luzardo wins it. How about that?
Nice. I like that. Luzardo wins it. I could rock with that. Luzardo, for sure. New York Yankees will end 2025 outside of the top 10 in home runs. Talking about the Torpedo Bats. See, what is that pretty hot take? What are you thinking about this?
I just don't think it's possible, with the stadium that they play in.
Yeah.
So it's for that reason alone, I don't know if it says the last time they finished outside of the top 10, but you would have to think it's been a long time.
It probably has been a long time.
So I'm saying absolutely not.
I would agree. Absolutely not. We'll move on. I don't think that belongs. I think the first 2 with Bubich and Nick Kurtz were good. I'm not sure about this one.
Yeah.
No offense to AJ Mass there. Let's see. Now we're into August. The Angels will win the AL West. Ooh, this one is decently hot. He's saying 82 and 80 might get it done. David Schoenfield. What do you think about this one?
No.
No? See, I'm no true. I respect it, though.
Yeah. Well, one, it's like I understand if they're good through the All-Star break, like that stuff happens all the time. But I think they would need to get better in order to win the division. And to be honest with you, their farm system is so bad. I don't know who they could acquire.
That's true. That's a good
So
point.
unless they draft someone like a college guy and like bring him up right away, I don't know who that would be, and I don't know what pick they have. But yeah, that's tough, man. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it.
Yeah, I agree. I'm not buying it either, but I think it's interesting. How about this? This one's a tough one. A team that was not expected at all to win a division. That's going to win a division. Who are you saying?
I feel like you have to say like the Giants right now.
The
I
Giants. Okay.
guess.
Yeah.
Probably. I feel like that's the easiest pick. Yeah, that's out of all the divisions. I feel like that's the only one that's like hot because like NL Central, there's not really a favorite. NL
Yeah.
East, I still think it's like one of the Mets, Phillies, or Braves. AL West, like I said, I think it's Rangers or Astros. AL Central is completely up for grabs, and AL East, I think it's unless you think Boston's like a hot take, but I don't think that is.
Yeah. I don't know. It's tough. I don't want to get like too hot here.
Yeah, and I'm not saying that they're going to because the Dodgers will probably win 120 games, but
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know.
I just don't know. Like I said, both of us don't really bet at all. But
Yeah,
if I were to bet, honestly, I know there's not really a favorite in this division, but I could honestly just see. I could see they're both in last place, so I could see either the Reds or the Pirates winning the NL Central. Honestly, because I think that all five teams, obviously the Cubs have gotten off to a nice start so far, but I think that all
yeah,
five are just kind of within the similar region. And I know the Pirates are really bad, and I know the Reds have been underwhelming, but I could see either of them, just putting together a season and going from last to first.
yeah.
Uh,
I don't think it's out of the question.
no. Uh, the top three pitchers in the NL Cy Young balloting will all come from the Phillies. Zach Wheeler, Aaron Nola, Christopher Sanchez, and Jesus Luzardo. He's going Wheeler, Sanchez, Nola, Tristan Cockcroft. What do you think about this take? Do you think it's completely outrageous, or do you think there's like a tiny chance it can happen, or do you think it will happen, or
I think 2 is reasonable.
okay?
Just like Wheeler and then one of Nola, Sanchez, Luzardo. I think that's in the cards. But then I think like the other guy will be like Skeens, Cease, Green, even like Peralta, Schwellenbach.
Yeah,
So
I agree. But let's say there is a three pitcher tandem that does finish 1, 2, 3. You think it will be the Phillies?
um,
Or what's another team you think could have a 1, 2, 3 punch at the top of a Cy Young?
see, I think Sale's like cooked, or else I'd say the Braves with like
Yeah.
Strider once he comes back.
Yeah, I know. I was thinking that too.
So not them. I don't know who would be the third for the Padres. Outside of King and Cease. Like, I just have no idea there. So I guess like if I had to pick, it would be I don't know, like Snell, Yamamoto, Glasnow.
Okay. That makes sense. Yeah, Dodgers, always a safe bet. I might go a little hotter. I might say we already talked about these guys, of course, but I might give the nod to the Royals here. The Royals, I think, have a good 1, 2, 3 with Bubic emerging alongside Reagans and Lugo, both having pretty solid couple starts of their season so far. Could see that. Obviously, it's very tough to have a 1, 2, 3 voting, but we'll see. This one is speaking my language right here. Giant center fielder Jung-Hoo Lee will win the NL batting title and finish in the top 5 of MVP voting. Interesting. What do you think about this take? Obviously, I think it will happen.
Yeah.
I'm all in on this take. I don't know. I'm a big Jung-Hoo Lee guy. But what do you think? And who do you think will get it if not Lee?
I think the batting title is definitely in play.
Yeah, because like this article says, Yandy Diaz, Yuli Uriel, Tim Anderson, Jeff McNeil, and D. Gordon.
Yeah, I mean, I would say his only competition for like the batting title is like Arias or like Trey Turner, even like Ohtani.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that's out of the question at all. I just think there's like too much firepower for MVP. We already talked about that a little bit. But I wouldn't say it's like a hot take. I'd say it's warm.
Yeah, I would agree. I don't know. I'm just kind of a big fan of Jung-Hoo Lee. I think he's I just think he's a solid player. He's got a little bit of speed, nice contact, but I'm not sure if he can hit for power or not. But he was hitting the ball kind of hard. I thought, in today's game. But I am a fan. Who else do you think could maybe kind of as the last hot take of the video? Who else do you think could win the batting title here?
Um,
In either the NL or the AL.
like Jacob Wilson, maybe. A's.
Jacob Wilson, yeah.
I think that's like reasonable. Yeah, that's probably it. There's only so many guys that like don't strike out at all.
Yeah, totally. I don't know. If either South Prelick or Bryce Terang gets it, I'm gonna be mad. But yeah. One last hot take from you, Vlad. Obviously, the Dodgers are the betting favorite to win the World Series. If you were to give a prediction of a team that's not the Dodgers, so a team to upset the Dodgers or a team to just get to another team that upsets the Dodgers and wins it, who do you think will win the World Series? Just kind of an early hot take. It doesn't have to come true, but something that you can envision happening.
I'll say this is the Phillies' year.
Phillies, okay.
I've kind of been like riding with them the whole year so far. And the early returns have been solid, like pitching and hitting. So yeah, I think this, if any year, it's got to be this year for the Phillies because they're starting to age a little bit.
I was going to go Phillies as well. I think this division is theirs for the taking. I think, like you said, they're aging. I think they're going to have to make it happen. The matchup with the Dodgers is going to be good, though. So appreciate y'all watching. Comment below your hot takes, what you think.